is a hand.
Yes, yes. I did press it, but it didn't come up. There we are. Now we are. Hello. We are the Mad Scientists. I am a Mad Frankie. This is Violet. I go over here.
Okay, my camera's off. There we
Hey,
go. We did it.
hello.
Yay. We are.
So, we have some exciting things to talk about today. I'm quite excited about them. So, we'll see what happens. This is a stencil I made a long time ago, and it's a bit floppy and flippy. So, I'm going to start working on this and see if I can turn it into something more usable. And that's another stencil for some science fiction-y buildings, one of four. Uh, so, I'll be working on things like that in the future, hopefully. Hopefully. Now, there's something here that I've been working on today, which is Franken Stencil, and it's made from Matisse pieces and my tomato birds and other little bits I found lying about in various boxes, like this one with messy Matisse pieces written on it.
Pull that Franken stencil over to the right, closer to my screen. There we go. It's only because I'm on here that, yeah, there we go. Now it's centered. Oh, that is just adorable. I don't know what that creature is, but I like them.
I think it's probably a sea creature because it's got two big flippers and it's got some frondy sort of bits on its back, and it's got a big tongue, some little horns.
Hi, Nisi.
Weird little pieces.
Well, that's what you get.
So, what are you up to? We want to see what you are up to.
Well, the other day, someone, and I don't remember who, posted that they wanted to see pictures of take all reusable items and create something and take pictures to show and tell. And it got me thinking, and I have a lot of these. These are pull tabs from cans of soup. And
Uh-huh.
I save them. Don't ask me why I save them, but now we know why.
They
And
look
I,
like our drink can pulls. We get
what?
pulls on drink cans
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
and they're
Yeah.
small, but they're smaller, and they're not as sturdy
Really?
as these. These are, I can't even bend
Mm.
this with my hands. It's so
All right. Because I've never seen a soup can with one like that on. So.
Progresso soup.
Mm.
But anyway, so I've crocheted around the edges and then 2 rounds of crochet, and the second round has a little fringe on it. I don't just know if everybody can see that.
Yeah.
Then I create a small circle. I crochet a small circle, which you can't see very well, and stitch it in here for a base. And then I create a little flower and I glue the little flower to that circle. And now you have um, something. I don't know what we would call it. What would we? You could use it as
It's an embellishment. It's an embellishment.
it's an embellishment. You could use it as an ornament on a Christmas tree, maybe. If it were the smaller one, here's a smaller one. Um, you could make it an earring because they're not very heavy. So you could make
That's true. Yeah.
so a set of them would be earrings. The nice thing is I'm using up the thread I'm using to make this came from some ragtag old doily that was torn up, and I managed to salvage some threads from it. So
Oh, lovely.
it's discolored and a bit used, but I don't care. That was the whole thing. Everything here is being upcycled. So the threads, the pop tops, everything I'm doing is upcycled. So
Super. I
that's
think they're really nice. And you could do what you did with those other things. You could paint them, couldn't you, if you wanted
it.
to?
Yes, and I know I showed you those. I don't have them sitting in front. Oh yeah, I do have them sitting in front of me. Hold on. Yeah, I painted these. Did I ever show anybody on camera? So these are
Well,
done.
you showed me. I remember seeing them.
Yeah. So here's a plain one, and this one is done with metallic watercolors. These
Yeah.
are metallic watercolors, bronze and blue green, and they're watered down. And then this one is a rose gold, like. and I only did one side. And it stiffened them up a little bit, which is fine, and they can be used as Christmas ornaments or earrings. And as you
Bookmarks. It could be bookmarks.
yes, bookmarks. And what you were saying, like they almost look like for hinges on a book. So if you were making a journal,
exactly.
if you were making a journal, you could, that would look like hinges, either that way or that
Put
way.
one at the top. Put one at the top, the other way round. No, at the top of the spine, the other way round. That's right. The other one at the bottom. There we go. Lovely.
Not cool.
That's lovely.
And
if
or
you coloured them with copper paint, that would be nice.
yeah, I used watered down so it wouldn't be too stiff and heavy. But I also
you could. Yes, just like that where you had it positioned. You could put one there and then wrap it round and secure it to a sort of a brad at the back as a book closure.
And that's where I was going to go, that I can adapt this pattern to where I can put one of these down at the other end and then wrap it around to close it. I could even put one of those up and wrap it around to close it. So, yep, all kinds. I just sit here, like I said, I just sit here and make little stuff. Those
are lovely. I love that big one at the top. Oh, and that big wheel at the bottom. Yes, those two are gorgeous. They're all nice, but those hit the eye. Those do. Wonderful.
They're just embellishments. They're using up thread, just sitting here playing. I don't always have a pattern. I just sit and fiddle. So I think
I'd love to see if you get hold of any metallic thread. I'd love to see what you make with those.
Yeah, me too.
Interesting.
What can I say? I love it. It comes so easy to me, the crochet and that. So anyway, okay, moving on. Thank you, everyone. Moving on. Let's show some Fran.
Well, we've got I've got this pull, and I've got some more behind me. How many have I got? I think it's about 4 or 5.
And you could take it completely off now.
Oh, okay. Just a minute.
Yeah.
There we go. So I'll put that up because I've got bigger ones to come. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think might be 6. 6. I think it's 6 pulls. So we'll start with those and see what we get. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do edges.
Yeah.
So this edge here, for instance, if you cut it off when you pull it up, you've got an edge piece and you've got your nice print all ready and lovely. It's easier to cut it off once you've got it off the plate, and of course it gives you something to pull with, because I haven't got much left there now, so best to pull it off afterwards. But that's an edge that you can then use to print an edge, print another edge, see which color is going to work best using different colors of paper, of tissue in this case. And you can use strips like this to create long strip things, or just do a plate like you normally would and just put each strip on one after the other, so that you end up with a kind of ready-made patchwork almost. Yeah. And then you pull it up and see what you've got on each piece. So you've got a piece that would do as an edge for a spine for a book or something. This is too flimsy, but you can put it on something to then give it more body for something like that. But it's a way of using up all these pieces. I just hate it when I'd like to trim my pieces. So I've got a nice piece, a nice actual piece done in that size, so that's my piece to work with in the future. But when I'm cutting all the strips off, I hate the thought of just chucking them in the bin. I've been doing that, but then I've been going, no, I don't want to do that. So this is a plan to use these pieces so you don't have to throw them away, and you've got more art. So let's pull this one up and see what we've actually got. It might be nothing, but it might not. I'm pulling it the long way because now I've got a good edge that long way. There we go. Here it comes. This is that nice turquoise blue and the I'm not sure what the other blue was. Was it indigo? It's well watered down if it's indigo. It's not as dark. And a little bit of the brass, not brass, bronze.
Bronze, yeah.
Yeah. But it's got more than one lot of stuff on it. It's got a jelly shelly at the top. It's got the aqueous effervescence at the bottom there. Hasn't it? Aqueous effervescence. It's got the urchins and it's got the jelly shelly.
Yep.
So probably made that way up when I made it. So then you can just cut off these edges and you've got another edge for your next bit of printing. Some of these, when you've got a really big sheet, you're doing a 12 by 14 and you're using a whole sheet, a whole half sheet of this Carnival wet strength paper, you can end up with a piece that's big enough to go on this in one go. So you've just got another sheet there. You've just got to position your first one right so that you've got enough left over. But sometimes I'm in too much of a hurry and I just have to put it down and get the stuff to stick to the tissue before it all dries up. So I'll just trim that off so I've got that ready and I've got some more strips. I've got some in a drawer somewhere that I saved. There we go. So that's that piece pulled, which is really quite nice. Curling up a bit at the edge, but that's all right. It will be put in a drawer and get nice and flat. So that's that. Right, next one. Let's have a look at the next pull. I'm doing the smaller ones first because I put them on top of the bigger ones. So we've got this dark blue with some green. Let's have a look and see what we've got. Let's pull it from that side. Got a little edge there. This one is quite nice, I think. It's looking rather good at that edge. Oh, there's a dog hair. I think we won't keep that. There we are. Ah, we have got quite a big wrinkle there, but actually it doesn't detract that much, I don't think. We'll see how it goes. If there's a lot, I can always put some matte medium on here and pull it again. I might do that. Yes, I think I might do that. Where's my matte medium? There it is over there. So I can put that on. Yes, I think I will. So I've got a paintbrush here and I'll just grab a little bit of this on these pieces. The easiest way is to go like this. Don't bother with a paintbrush, but you'll have to go and wash that now. But just grab a brayer and put it on. You get a nice thin even coat that way. And then I like to smooth it down gradually so I don't get so much of a wrinkle. And I've got this little edge that I can just pull up from this side. Oh. Plate wants to lift up off the perspex. See, yes, there is still some there, and it's quite a nice print. I'd like to preserve it. Little drop more, I think, not quite enough. Oh, I just got that in the face. Lovely.
Okay, I apologize. It's Porla's fault. I had to wander off and go look for something, and I didn't find it.
Oh, dear.
Well, it's all her fault.
What did you have to go off and find? Something interesting?
Yes. Porla mentioned Dorset. Like a Dorset button. And
Yeah.
I have a pencil case full of Dorset buttons and other buttons that I've made that use, sorry, I'm a little out of breath, that use,
Ooh, take a break.
yeah,
Take a break.
that use threads. Maybe Perla knows what I'm talking about. And I can't find them. I found
Oh,
I found my blanks. I can't find the ones that I've already done. So there you
oh,
go.
you had loads. You didn't send them all off to Defy, did you?
Well, yeah, I know you know what I'm talking about. And no, I did. I know I gave quite a few away, but I didn't think I gave them all away. That's what I do. Um,
Hmm.
I'll find them just when I'm not looking, right?
Yeah, that's usually what happens. Or when you're looking for something else, you go, oh, there they are.
Yep. Well, I found the button case with the blanks with the rings
Yeah.
and all the blanks that I use, but can't find the one with the buttons. And I know I
Well,
found
let us know if you find them. I'm going to go into. I'm going to leave that now because I want to pick up the rest of those lines if I can. See what I can pick up with the matte medium. That's my solution when you've got. I mean, when you've only got one little bit here or there, and it's not the greatest print, there's no point in worrying about it. But if it's a print that's looking pretty good, except for the wrinkles, you want to do something about it, and that's my solution for it. Okay, let's see what we've got here.
So we have a really good question from Maxine. She would like to know what side of the tissue do you use? And in this, it would probably make a difference if you were depending on which tissue you were using.
Well, I have heard people say that you should always put the smooth side down, so I try to do that. But as some other people have noticed, I don't find a great deal of difference between two. It's not a major disaster if you put it down shiny side up, basically. So, I mean, the difference is minimal if it's there at all. I think it was it Devon who did a demo and came to the conclusion that there was no difference, or was it no, it was Patty, wasn't it? Patty Tully Parish?
Probably Patty, yeah.
But I can't remember for sure. I could be completely wrong, and it could be somebody entirely different.
I've got Paula knows
Feeling
about my button.
Scottish
I've got some pictures, Paula. I can post in Makers later for you to see.
Carrie. I think it was Carrie. I think it was the Scottish lady, Carrie.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, we haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, I've just realised we haven't. So that one is really nice. Now there's a little bit of a tear here where this happened, but it's at the edge and you don't really notice it, so I'm not bothered about that at all. So there we are. That is lovely. Well,
Wow.
that's when I went up mad, wasn't it? Because we had I put my black down, the 3.0 black, and I put some of this rather nice iridescent green yellow down, and you said, what? But it's turned out quite nice.
It
It's quite
has.
good.
Hi, Gail.
Not exactly an underwater scene, but maybe it's just very dark down there, and these little bits of growth at the edge. I don't know. It's nice. I like it. I think that's rather. And we've got some good impressions here, and some nice selling happening in the urchins. Very nice. That's mostly because of the black, because that iridescent does do it a bit, but it's so much thicker, more viscous, that it doesn't do it a lot. But then again, if you think about the black 0.30, my particular bottle, I don't know whether it's a faulty batch or a lucky batch or whatever you want to say, but my particular bottle, it seems to come out really thick. It takes a lot of effort getting it out. So I don't know whether they all do that, but it does create fantastic selling. When you use it on its own, it's fabulous, absolutely, or even with the white. And in order to take advantage of that, and hoping that I'm going to get the same effect with this is Stuart Semple's Easy Klein, this lovely blue. So we'll see whether that does selling as well. Okay, next one. next piece, and then we'll be able to do a bit of testing of my Franken stencil.
Da, 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 da.
What way of doing Franken
I think
stencils?
I caught everybody.
Good shapes out of a sheet.
Colleen and Porla and Nisi and Gail and Maxine. Maxine, I don't think
Hello,
I
everybody.
said hello to you. And Candy and oh, there's me. And Liz. Liz is always the first one here. Did I miss anybody? I think I got
Hello
it.
to everybody. I can't remember everybody's name she just said, but I echo every sentiment that Violet expressed.
Yeah.
I know Liz was there early because it was so early we hadn't even started, so I was able to say hello. This is looking quite nice. I hate to say that when it hasn't finished pulling, but it is looking quite nice.
I have to say, my husband is home today, and he's got the smoker running, and he's smoking meat.
Oh, must smell lovely.
Oh, it does.
Good, huh?
He bought a half a ham, so he smoked that. He bought a big package of bratwurst sausages. He smoked those. Now he's got steak and a humongous pork shoulder smoking. Am I correct?
Wow.
And what? The steaks are done. So now probably another 3-4 hours for the pork shoulder to smoke. Oh. And every time he goes outside, every time he opens the inside garage door to go outside, it's like it wafts in here and just makes me hungry.
There we go. I think that is pretty nice.
Very
and that's
nice.
a lovely colour range as well, so that's good. Oh, I'm getting covered up with plates now. I had so many to pull. Yes, rather good. I like that. Got some nice selling, almost clouding up here. I like it when you get the bigger cell shapes, almost like little clouds. I do like that very much. So that's good. So we've now got one left. So how many was that?
I thought you said there were 6 total.
1, 2, 3. Must have miscounted. 5.
5. Okay.
So we've got this one, that one, that one, the one that's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. Yep. Okay. So I've got one left to go. It's looking quite interesting. Let's have a look. See what happens. I like the little bit of gold in this. The I think that is the gold fine because I was looking everywhere for it. It was right by my hand. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and a bit of the indigo, and again that nice turquoise. I'm going to be running out of that. That's Deli Arts one. That one. Deli Arts. Deco Art. It's a Deco Art. That's it.
I was wondering where you were going.
Yeah, I was not going anywhere very fast.
Delaroni or Deco Arts, pick one.
Yeah. Right, let's see what we've got here. This is mostly the indigo. Well, it's just all the indigo as far as I can see. With some little remnants of gold, it seems.
Yeah.
We've got a bit of gold there.
So this isn't the paper that the current or the wet strength paper, is it?
Yes.
Oh, it is. So I should have. So in this case, does it matter to you what side you put down?
Well, I put down the shiny side down to the plate.
But you said
that's what I normally do. But as I said before, it doesn't really matter all that much. You don't get a great deal of difference, but it's supposed to produce a slightly crisper result.
Oh. So the best thing to do is to do it both ways. And
yeah, the only way I can think to test it properly would be to have 2 plates side by side and one large sheet of paper and put them both down at the same time. Put the sheet down on both plates at the same time. No, you'd have to cut it into 2 sheets and put one way and one the other way.
Yeah, that would be the better way to go.
Yeah, just to test it. But you'd have to put exactly the same paints and exactly the same stencils on both. So you'd have to have enough stencils of the same sort to do that with. So something like urchin flowers would work quite well. But I think it would be best to put the urchin flowers that already have paint on, because they produce the selling and they leave more of an impression on the plate. Well, when there's no paint on a stencil, when it's new, it sucks it all up and leaves a gap.
Oh,
so
I
that
was
wouldn't
saying something like that to Sharon the other night. I don't know if I explained it well, but I was saying how you love the gunk. Someone asked about washing them, and I was saying how you love the excess paint to build up on the stencil, because you get a better textured look.
Exactly. I mean, this is a new stencil. You can tell because it's just a white hollow,
right?
And that's a new one with nothing on it. These ones must have had paint on because they've left an impression. It's partly the texture from the paint that's already on there, and partly the fact that the paint doesn't adhere to the stencil so well, so it stays down better. Yep. That's what I think anyway. I mean, I'm just guessing like anybody else. But that is a lovely, lovely one, isn't it? I've got clouds everywhere. I've got clouds, and I've got selling down here on the sea dragon, on the trilobites, the ones that have already got paint on, and on the turtle, and on these particular ones of the sea urchin. I keep forgetting what they're called. So yes, pretty decent, I think. Isn't it funny how, the sea urchin was originally from a photograph of a thistle. You know, the seed head of a thistle, and it's turned into a sea urchin. So everything's turned into sea-ish things. Even the trilobites were once sea creatures.
Well, yeah, and the sea dragons over there, that they're under the glare, so we don't see them. Yeah, the light is glaring on them.
Well, they see them in Portugal, I think it is. Somebody said that they had them a lot in Portugal. And when they see them, they clear the beach.
We don't see them right now because the light is glaring on them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I beg your pardon.
There you go. Now I can. Yeah.
So I'm just going to cut this piece off because that's a nice edge there.
Yep. So now you've got. So what you mean by making edges today is these pieces that you're cutting off are scrap pieces of tissue paper.
Yeah, I would. A piece like that, you wouldn't think you could do much with it. It's so narrow, but there are stencils you can use that will do things on that sort of space.
Yep.
And it doesn't really matter because you can do something over the whole sheet and the whole plate and just put these down like that.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you have it down like that, and like that, and like that, any way you like. So let's have a go at some of that.
Okay, let's have a go.
Yep, we'll pick up now we've still got a little bit of an impression on here of some sea urchins here and there, but that's no great problem. I'm going to put that one away. And didn't I have another? There we are. Let's have that one out. Put that pair of scissors out away. Right, let's have the light back so I can see what I'm doing. Right, we're going to have a go with some easy climb, but what are we going to use as stencils? Well, let's have a look. As I say, I've got these ones. These are my asemic writing stencils. I don't know whether I've given that to Mariah. I can't remember, but they've got asemic writing stencils anyway themselves.
Yes.
And I've got these nice long strips, so we can use those strippy stencils. And in fact, you don't have to do that. You can use anything you like. I mean, I've got these lovely moons that have come out recently, which I absolutely adore. And you can plop those on, can't you? I've just dropped one, which I've now got to pick up.
Hi, Kyla. Welcome, welcome.
So you can use anything. You don't have to do it as if it's a pattern, you know, to get deliberate strips. You don't have to do that at all. You just pick up the edges. In fact, it's often more interesting to pick up the edge of something, the little bit of something. So we'll see what we come up with, or we'll do something fancy on the plate or something simple, and then we'll put all the strips down and see what happens. We're going to have to be quite quick. So in fact, I'm thinking about that. I might use a slightly smaller plate to start with, see how we go.
That's that.
Yeah.
And then Porla says, I do that with my edges and then cut them into thinner homemade washi tape strips.
Exactly, yes. Yep. Let's start with this little one. This is an 8x10. So we'll start with that. And I want to use this Easy Klein. I've never tried it before. It just arrived a few days ago. So let's give this a go. And I'd like to add some of a bit of that phthalo green blue shade, just because I want to. Oh, I ought to shake it first.
Mm-hmm.
Always shake these ones because they've got a little ball in them. Yeah, you can tell when you haven't done it right because it comes out separated. I'm not trying to put too much on. I've probably already put too much on, but then that's me. Yes. Let's get some of this off. I've got a big hair there. I'm going to remove that and do that again. There's a little hair there. That's better. Yeah, I've got a nice streakiness with that, I think. So I'm going to pop that on there. And another one down there. And I'm going to use my new Franken monster. There.
They are.
And these other ones, these other moons, the ones with the crosses and the dots in, the stars and moons in. Got two of those.
A little bit of selling going on.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's these pieces from Sydney Z, which are lovely pieces. I'm going to use a bit of them. Just because I found them while I was searching for things. I thought, I haven't used those for ages. Let's have a go.
Now, these, the first ones you put down are clean, and these have paint on them. And so maybe
Exactly.
actually everybody can see the difference on one sheet, the difference between a used stencil and a clean stencil. What you were talking about.
Yep. Well, we'll have a try. There we go. Right, let's get some pieces. I was looking for a big sheet, forgetting that was going to do little bits. So there's a big bit there. Another piece. That's a bit small, but never mind. I've got more bigger ones here.
You'll figure it out. Don't overthink it.
Trying to make sure that there's gaps between them. That's the hardest part, I think. Yep. And then I'm going to tear that piece because I want a bit to go just there. Right, now where's that big roller again? I'm just going to roller over it. That makes it, it's easier than using a Baron because we've got separate bits of paper here. There we go. So we've got that, and then we can pull these up in a hurry. One, it's got some colour on that one. Got some colour on that one. Quite nice. There we go. That's not bad at all, is it? Nothing wrong with that. Another piece.
And then there'll be a secondary pull with the entire thing.
Yep, hopefully. Then we can use a bigger sheet for that, or you can use a more strips if you want. Or you could use the different ones, the black pieces. So let's get these off.
So the strips is you could actually, once they dry, you can use them again. They could become like brayer off sheets.
Yeah, I've just dropped a moon behind a box. Hang on. Gotta go and fetch a moon before it puts paint on my nice carpet. There we go. Saved it. Now, Franken Stencil. Off you come. So that will gradually build up and get colour on it. So all these ones have got nothing on so far. See, these two that had colour on, look at the difference. The amount of paint is still there. And look at these when we pull them up. We've still got some sort of selling from that big moon, which is nice. But you've got more paint left where the stencils had paint on. So that's a good demonstration of that principle. Lovely. So let's get another load of pieces on. And another piece. Now, I've managed to put this piece down the wrong side, you know, with the shiny side up. So we'll see what happens with that as well.
There you go. And one little bitty piece.
There we are. Now the big roller again. I'm not leaving this, so if it doesn't all come up, it's just tough.
Well, and that's what I said. You could just use them again and again just to add, just to build up. Very nice.
Yeah. That's fascinating, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that lovely things we got on the moon. Lovely. I like that. All right, let's pop that down there. And this one's actually given a flop off at the edge as well from that. Lovely. The big blob on that one. That one must not go on the carpet to dry. I have to go up there.
I said hello to Carla, and if I didn't, hi Carla. Welcome, welcome.
Hi Carla.
Yep.
There we go. So we can have another go now. These pieces I'm not putting on the carpet. I would not want the mess on the carpet. Bigger pieces with an edge around them, that's fine, because they don't go in contact with the carpet. But I want to think about putting something down, like a black bag or something on the floor. So I'm going to go with this again, but I'm also going to go with, there we are, the teal. I'm going to use the teal with the Klein, Easy Klein. Uh-oh. Oh, no, maybe not.
Uh-oh.
I thought the tip was blocked, but it isn't. As I tried to push the nozzle down, the paint just started coming out, so I knew it was all right.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes, I've done it again. It's because I get used to the bigger amounts for the bigger plate, and then I can't my mind doesn't like adjusting. It wants more and more and more. Silly fool. So.
Silly Billy. There you go.
Well, it appears that one is only going on the edge, because that's where it fell.
Turtle.
No, I don't have to if I don't want to. I'm just going to put that one there.
Well, be that way.
How
about the other little Sydney Z up at the top?
Not that one. Oh, I can do that. Yeah. There you go. That'll be on the other side. I can't remember whether there's any paint on the other side. Oh, well, never mind. We'll find out. I wanted to use this piece. My ring. And what else have we got that we can sniggle in? I'd like to use that.
Yeah, there you go.
Or maybe... no, I'm going to use that one.
That'll work.
Well, did we notice what happened with either side? There didn't seem to be any difference to notice, did there? This is the one that went down. No, that's the right side down. I can't remember now, and I've now got blue paint all over my hand, even more than I did before. But never mind, let's get on with this. And I'll put one down, wrong way up, wrong way up. This is wrong way down. This is coarse side down.
I couldn't see it that well anyway.
Yeah.
You maybe, but from here, no. On camera, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Roll up. There we go. Just need to pat that down a bit. And around that a bit. And that Sydney Z down there to get a bit better impression. There we go. Right, pull this one up. This is solid side down, smooth side down. This is coarse side down. And I cannot see any difference.
Okay. Carla suggests, well, she thinks the dull side absorbs the paint better.
Yeah.
We'll
try some more dull side then. I don't see any difference.
I don't think it's something that we can see on camera here because I'm not seeing a.
I can't see a difference between these two.
Come to the right a little bit to be centered. There you go. That's perfect. I don't see a difference.
Well, looking at it, I couldn't tell which was which. You only tell by feeling the paper. And that's broad, smooth side up, and that's rough side down. Smooth side down and rough side down.
Right.
Smooth, rough, smooth, rough. Can't see any difference. I really can't. There we go. So we've only got a little bit on that one. There's room for more on that one.
Mm-hmm.
That piece is done. And that piece is done. And this piece is done. Nice. So, I mean, I'm getting extra pieces. These are pieces that you could use for almost anything. I mean, if you're making a journal and you want a belly band with a particular color to match, there you go.
Or I've seen when Mariah does her journals, I don't know about tissue paper, but I've seen her tear random strips, and
it's great. We've made almost already made collage pieces, but of course I prefer collage pieces to be torn than to be straight.
Right.
But some people like straight ones.
So you could hand tear the Z wing, the Sydney Z wing off of that one. Where's Mariah? Hi, Mariah. Welcome, welcome.
Hand tear the Sydney Z off? I don't understand.
Well, on that piece you just set aside. Oh, yay, Mariah has a day off from the post office.
Ooh.
I know that because it's a holiday. There's no mail.
Flop
I
off?
don't think. Is there any mail today? It's a federal holiday, so there's no mail. She has a free time. Yay. Yeah, that piece you just set aside that we were talking about, there was a little Sydney Z print on it. And you could hand, there you go. Keep going with it. You could
What, like
hand,
this piece? That piece?
well, even that one, yeah, you could hand tear around that Sydney Z piece, and that's a nice embellishment. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, yeah, certainly is. Certainly could. Same with the little round moons.
Exactly. Like you said, I like fussy cutting, but I don't do it well with my hands. So I've been leaning toward tear offs.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Beth. This is my precious Beth. It's so good.
Just going to do a flop off on there because that's a scrap piece of paper. Nothing on it. And I've got a nice little print off there now because there's
So there
quite
you
a lot of ink. There you go. Ta, 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 ta. There you go. Not a problem. And I'm just going to put this one on the back of my Franken monster.
Oh, this is Mariah's first view of the Franken monster.
Ah, yes. Well, hello, Mariah. Here's a Franken monster that I made today, almost on camera, because I was doing it just before we went live. Well, just finishing gluing down the last little bits. Got to be careful. Got to be careful. Peeling it off. There we go. Ah, lovely. Nice little print. Not particularly detailed, but it'll flop off. So what else would you expect? I'm just going to add a little bit more glue to that bit that's flipping off. That was my fault.
Yep.
I pulled it
and
nicely.
hold them up over the dark background so Mariah can get a nice look at them.
There we go.
So everybody can get a nice look at them. It needs a dark background.
Dark background, dark background, dark background.
The white, turn it, well, even that'll work. Oh, he's just adorable. He's so cute.
That's using Matisse pieces and pieces from my Galaxy, a bigger version of this. It's off the Galaxy before it was cut off, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And this is tomato birds, these pieces. I thought they make nice little fronds.
I think if you turn it to the white side, it would show up on the black better. There you go. Now we can see every detail.
And that's from an urchin flower, the ones that P&M did.
Yep.
I think that's what it is. And the spine is from a sea creature on a stencil I haven't done anything else with. I use it now and then, but I haven't given it to Mariah or anything. So, and that little piece there may be coming your way soon.
Yep.
Or maybe not, because the one I sent Mariah didn't have that piece cut out. But anyway.
We'll leave it to Brad.
Yeah, the expert.
Yep. See what he can do with it.
I'm just going to have to go mute for a second.
Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm not on camera or I would show you something, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. I think Fran just went off to take some medicine. Thank you for your patience. It's all good.
I just went off to make a horrible noise, coughing and blowing my nose.
Oh, that's what you did.
Oh, I'm just taking a sip of tea. Now we've got something nice going on there, but I've left it quite a while. So I don't know if I'll get anything of that. So I think the thing to do is to allow that to dry and use the other thingy. It's not quite right. There's a lot of dry here. And there's some dry over here, but this is not dry. There's a lot of paint on that. You can see from the drips.
So you
Well,
set it
let's see
up inside.
those drips up. If I can pick those drips up.
So it goes over there in a holding pattern.
Yeah, and then we can get another plate out because I've got lots of plates here. So that one can dry. And this one here. We'll have to do a slightly larger one because the other one has still got that sheet on it drying.
Hi, Ricky. No, Fran lives in the UK, northeast of London, and I live in south central Wisconsin, USA. So no, we're not close physically, but that's my sister.
Temporarily. Yeah. That's my big sis over there, the techie sis.
Yeah, not biologically, but by choice. There you go.
So we've got some of the teal, and I think I'll use a bit of black, little bit of black. You've got a bit more room now, so I'm going to use a little bit of the black.
Yeah, you went off. You went too high up with your gel plate, so you're off camera a little bit.
Okay, well, just get some on here. I'll come back in a second.
Not too much. Remember, you got the little plate. Oh no,
No,
this
I've got
is
a big
plate. That's right. Yep, this is the big plate. Thank
bigger
you,
plate.
Mariah, for responding. We do hang out a lot. In fact, that's what started this. Is we would be on Facebook, and Fran would open a room, and we'd get in there and play together, and it just gradually became we're going to do it live.
Yep. That way we could remember what we'd done as well. So.
Yeah, it would. Yes, because how many times we would be in a room doing something, and then the next time we'd get in there, we'd go, well, what did we do? Or let's back up and look. We couldn't do it because it wasn't recorded.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now.
So this way we have everything on recording. If I take notes, but if I miss something, wow.
Like I said, I was going to do something on this live in the last live, and then when I come to do this live, and I can't remember what I said I was going to do.
Yes, and I didn't have any notes from last live. Last week was just too busy of a week, and we both slept since then, so neither one of us remembered what we were doing. Yeah.
I looked, she said, I don't know, I've slept since then. I said, me too.
Yeah. Yep. And you just had company. You just had excess. You had extra people in your house for a few days, and I've got extra people coming to my house in 2 days. So it's kind of.
It's a bit. You go into a different world when that happens, don't you?
It fractures our routine.
Yep.
Yes, Mariah was a big help in setting us up, and we still wish we could do more, but I think without a paid version of either Streamlabs or StreamYard, it just isn't going to get any better than this. And we do okay. I mean, if Fran struggles some days, I can take over controls, but most days she has the control, and I join. Yeah, and that was another reason for us going live, because we knew we were using PM Artist Studio stencils, and it was like, well, we should be showing everybody what we do with these. This is good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So
we wanted to share what we were doing.
I really
Then if you post an image somewhere and people say, how did you do that? You go, well, I can't quite remember. Yeah. Much easier to actually show what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to count on your memory because I've slept, but I think we met in PM Artist Studio stream.
No. I think we met in the stream, yeah, but we'd already met in we met in what's her name? does streams all the time, constantly.
Oh, the one I don't want to say her name?
Oh, could be.
Could be.
Sorry.
Okay, it's possible. It's possible.
Or it could be another one. I can't remember exactly.
Froyle or Patty or
Yes, we're definitely meaning Patty's. Yes, that's
I
enough.
I know who you mean. I think it's where I met Mariah also.
Yeah, could be, could be.
And then we went from there. She says, "No, you guys were already hanging out." Yeah, we were already hanging out when we hooked up over at Mariah's. Porla has a couple tips for your cough. She says, cut up a red onion and leave it beside your bed while you sleep. Oh, Ian would love that.
No.
And then the other thing is raise your bed with blocks by a few inches at the head end. It helps with drainage and breathing, and Ian would love that.
That might actually work. Yes, but it's a way to get the blocks and to get Ian to actually do it for me, and
that's all right. Yeah. That's okay.
That's a possibility, though. That one. I mean, I've before now slept in a recliner, and that does mean when you can't sleep normally, that's somewhere where you can, you know.
Yep. Carla wants to know, is that the effervescent stripper? Yes.
The one that is.
Yes.
Aqueous effervescent strip. Yep.
Yep. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 on there that are PM Artist Studio, and the rest are yours. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3. Well, that's the moons. That's 1.
Oh, those are her. Okay, I didn't realize she had those already.
Yeah, the moons.
Oh.
That's the cellular membrane one.
Yep. One of my favorites.
And then there's Sydney Z underneath there.
Yep.
And I've got to use some extra bits here.
Or shove Ian under the head of the bed, get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, it does make quite a noise. Occasionally. There we are. Everything covered. Just about.
So what you've missed, Mariah, is when Fran does the big sheets of paper and there's a little bit on the edge that she cuts off. She's been saving them. And so today she's using them up. Oh, Ricky says, my tomato slice stencils are here and ready to use. Yay!
Ooh. I do like the tomato slices. They work really well. I like them. I'm hoping that Mariah's going to come out with the tomato birds, because that's another one of my favorites, and I do use it quite a bit. It's great as a stencil as well as a mask, that one. Right, let's see if we can pull something out of this. Probably gotten quite dry because I took a while, not coughing in the middle and everything. Let's get something. Let's get something interesting.
There's room for more on there. Yeah, the motors.
Didn't get much out of that one. I need to make these bigger. These are not good enough, really. I've seen Mariah's asemic writing, and it's bigger. I've got to make that bigger, broader, fatter.
Wider lines, yes.
Wider lines, exactly. But that's, apart from that, that's quite nice. I have had good impressions of it, and there's a good impression left on there. But I'd like to get one off as well, you see.
Yep, Mariah. Thicken those lines.
Thicken those lines. Yes, the idea of using a Sharpie was a brilliant one, Mariah. That really helped.
Oh, yeah, it would be a good texture paste one.
Yeah, it is. I've used it as a texture paste one. I've got quite a nice impression plate out of it. But again, it would probably be better if the lines were thicker. Got to get a better one off it, a bit further apart maybe. So I will adjust that.
Let's see how this one pulls up. Oh, your little moons and crosses and stars didn't really leave an impression.
Oh, they did. I can see it here. It's faint, but they've got the impression around the holes.
No, I meant
know?
your square piece. Your square piece that has crescent moon and dots and.
Oh, that, yes, yes. That again needs to be thickened up.
Yeah, that one didn't.
It needs to be thickened up. Yeah.
I
just flop. Yeah, that makes a better impression with the paint on it and press it down. That's a good one. Right, so we're going to put something on here now. So I think this is a bit dry down here. So I think we're going to do the same thing again and let it dry and then pull it with something. Probably look rather nice with bronze, gold or copper, I think. That's my idea. I'm going to put it there. Don't put your foot on it. Right, let's have another go. Silver might be quite nice with the easy climb, perhaps. Let's try that. Bit of easy climb. I'm quite liking the colour, the blueness of it. Now this is a 14 by 12 one, so it's quite a bit bigger.
Look at you get all fancy rolling out.
Oops, nearly lost that bit.
I said fancy. I should have said creative. That,
yeah, some spelling on it.
I see it.
Yep. Let's do some more with this. And this is a bigger one. And these two. And this is a what is that one? I'm not sure. It's quite flippy floppy. I can't remember what that one's called. Sorry, Mariah.
Do I need to?
This one has something on it on both sides, so let's see what that difference that makes. And I dropped one. Well, it can't be anything very important. It's not very big. I'll have another little bit of that there. I do like that one. And some moons. I like the moons. I'm enjoying the moons immensely. I think they're going to go really well with spaceships, maybe? Planets, maybe? Isn't Mariah working on planets? I believe.
Sorry, my typing is loud. I pound the keys.
Well, at least we know you're working.
Loopy loops.
Loopy loops, is that what that's called? Oh.
Yep. And then under that is chevron, and then under that we know as the aqueous effervescent. She says she hopes to work with the ships this week, and then she has some other planets. Mariah, I sent you a private message.
Talking of ships, I want to do a ship. The bat put me in mind of a ship. I love the bat. But it made the struts for its wings made me think of this ship. I drew a picture, painted a picture some time ago of a storm-tossed ship. And I liked it so much I turned it into a carved stamp as well. And I thought it would be nice to turn it into a stencil as well, because it's such a lovely design. So I may have a go at that and see if it works. It's going to take quite a bit of work, though. That one. It's not going to be done in a hurry. There's some lovely selling under that one.
Look at that, yeah.
Try a bit of black on this. I haven't tried black on this.
Well, you've got the I don't know how well that blue will show up on the black, but certainly the silver.
That's what I was wondering.
Okay. And what we have here, did I say that? Yes, I did. I'm going to post the link for PM Artist Studio shop. And there it is. And Mariah can elaborate on it, but we have a coupon code or a discount code, not sure what to call it. And I'm going to put that in here. And if anyone orders anything and they use this code, they will get a discount. Promo code, thank you. I couldn't think of the word. I've slept. There you go. It's called Fan 10, and it is 10% off orders over $30, and it's good for this one is good till the end of the year. So anytime you use it, you will get 10% off. Fan 10, just like you see it there.
I missed that piece. Nearly missed a bit.
Thank you, Mariah. We appreciate it.
Just a bit helps. I've got to do Warp's Web next time. I've got it, but I haven't cut it out yet.
I gotta brag on these new stencils and math. The Getting Buggy lot of mealworms and the Getting Buggy crickets, Dubai roaches and mealworms, and the lounging lizards set of 3.
Those are excellent. I must have a go with those.
The Archie line. The more I see P use them, the more I fall in love with them. They're just really
She's
cool.
so inventive. She really is.
Mm-hmm.
Just amazing. Now let me see what this black piece does. Oh, no, that's not bad. It's got some silver in it, you see.
There you go.
That's lovely. I must use more black. Yeah, I must use more black. Look at that. Oh, yeah, nice.
Silver.
Yeah. Even the blue shows up quite well.
See, now I have to make some for my book because those would look really nice in my book.
Yeah.
I have to get some black tissue paper.
That's not so bad because it was getting dry at that end, I think.
Welcome, Martha. Wow. And say thank you to Mariah. Yes.
Yes. Lovely.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one. You got blood on it.
What was called? I got blood on it, yeah. What did you say this one was called?
Loopy bloop. Loopy loops.
Loopy loops. There we are. Loopy loops. Lovely. Very nice. They work quite well, those.
And then the effervescent.
Not so much there because it was getting a bit dry by that time. But that's not too bad at all. That's nice. That would have been even better on the black. I think we might do the moons again and do it on the black.
That is nice.
I think the moons with silver and easy Klein.
Hmm?
There we are, the last two pieces.
And here's the thing I learned from last week talking with Mariah. It's just not feasible for them to put a wish list on their site. I don't whether it's feasible or whether it's even possible. But what you can do is if you make an account, and then you sign into your account and put stuff in your shopping cart and just leave it there until you figure out everything you want and you're ready to check out. It will stay there. Was it at Sharon's that I talked about that? See, I've slept since then. I don't know where I'm at. Fran, it's horrible. I have to admit this to you. I was when I was doing Sharon's Saturday night, I could not remember the day that you and I streamed.
You couldn't remember a Monday?
I couldn't remember a Monday. It's like
Manic Mondays. Manic Monday.
Yep, total. I lost everything. A total blank. Just my mind went blank.
Never mind.
But yeah, if you
remember the song Manic Monday.
If I can't remember that I stream with every Monday for how long? Monday.
Sorry. Yeah.
Paper dollar.
Now then, I just wanted to say,
look at this and you sign in. You'll have a shopping cart. I like that one. I like the other one with blood on it.
You cannot tell what stencil it was, but isn't that an interesting looking strip? It really is. It's fabulous.
No, I like the other one with blood.
You don't have to have a whole sheet to get interesting results. You don't.
I think it's before that, Fran. I like the one before that with the blood on it.
Now I'm sort of going to ignore this because I'm running out of plates, and I want to try this again, but with black. So I'm going to use the black pieces, but I'm going to use the same colours. So I'm going to put some more easy Klein on. We might get something showing through. It's just tough.
You went in. This is the one where you did a row of each. You alternated, just so you know. Just so you know. There you go. Look at you go.
Oh, I see what you mean. Right, sorry. A roll of each.
Yes, you did. Yes, you striped it. But this is cool. Don't brayer it the other way. Just keep going brayering in one direction because that looks cool.
Oh, I see.
Don't go vertical. Just brayer horizontally. That is cool. That's a lot of paint, but that is cool. Carla says it looks Hawaiian.
Now, where's the moons? I want to put more moons on. Moon. I cut two versions of this. I think I cut one, the bigger 9 one, and the other one 7 by 5. I don't know whether that's what Mariah actually sells. I'm sorry, Mariah, I did it wrong.
Yeah, go ahead and create an account and sign in, and then put stuff in your shopping cart, and it'll hold it for you until you're ready. Mariah says you're fine. You're fine. You need some Sydney Z.
Oh, yeah. So that's a good idea. Sydney Z. Yeah. Sydney. See, with this sort of technique for doing strips, you don't have to worry about whether everything's pointing in and giving you a good composition because you're not concerned with that.
And you can certainly overlap things and get an even different look.
Yep, you can. See, I'll overlap that one there.
The blue and white thin strip.
Let's do this. Best to do an overlapping with something with a regular shape, regular pattern, because then the other patterns underneath will break up the regular pattern in a better way. I think I know what I mean. Yeah, well, I know what I mean. I don't like those corners. I really don't like those corners. I'm going to get rid of the corners.
Well, if you keep in mind that you're on the strips, it really isn't.
Yeah, but I mean, the corners will show up on the strips because they're so narrow.
Yeah. The blue and white thin strip. I don't know which one you mean by blue and white thin strip. Strippy strip.
Huh? What?
No, Carla was saying it looks Hawaiian, one of the blue and white strips, thin strip.
Yeah, but the stripes of colour before I put anything down, yeah.
Oh.
I know what you mean.
Blue and silver.
That probably won't do anything, that one. Right, let's get black on here. Now, it doesn't really matter too much which way round it goes, I don't think.
It's a solar system with debris.
I'm just trying to find black pieces.
Your hands. Your hands are getting colorful again.
Yes, I'm afraid so. I really ought to try and remember to put gloves on.
You're no fun.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm going to pop. No, I'm looking for black. What am I doing? I'm looking for black. Putting that there. Another black bit. Another black bit. There's a nice square black bit. And another black bit. What's that bit? That bit looks interesting. Yeah. What about that bit? There. Lovely. There we are. Now, big. What do I do with the big roller? Big roller. Because it doesn't do so much. I mean, if I was rubbing over it with a Baron, it was going to disturb the tissue quite a bit because it's such a delicate surface. I figured it would be easier not to do that. And if necessary, you can go over and find these shapes and pat into them to get your impressions. And then get some more colour on the rest of your hand. Sorry?
Especially the little one up at the top, the little holes up at the top stencil. Get your fingers down in there.
Yeah, that one. It's not going to get much impression on that one, I don't think.
Yeah.
A bit of it, because I can see it showing through, but not as much as all that, because it's got something else underneath. And I'm tearing this now, so that's coming up. Yeah, I've torn that piece there. But that's not too bad. There you go.
Look at
not bad at all. I like that. That's nice. Now, if I hadn't put that on there, I might have got more pattern up. But that'll be for the next piece. In fact, I might even use a large piece of black to pull it up. Whee!
Whee!
Look at that. Isn't that interesting? It's just pattern. Just pattern. An interesting piece to cut and put into a journal or make a belly band out of, or collage a head with. Can you imagine that? Just on a head? This
Fran, Mariah is asking, what is the stencil in the thumbnail?
Huh?
That's your
that's the
city skyline.
oh that's London. That's London stencil. I need to work on it. It's not quite right yet. It's got the thingamy, the London Eye and the gherkin, and some other pieces that are iconic of London. But it needs working on. It's not in the right order, but that was deliberate because I didn't want it in the right order. I want it just to be an idea, a thought of London. What occurs to you? What you think of when you go London? Oh yes, it's got an eye, hasn't it? It's got the London Eye, and it's got that funny gherkin shape thing, and it's got that Big Ben with the clock and all that. So that's what it was all about. But it's the stencil itself needs some background or something. I don't know, maybe a moon in the background or something to attach the top pieces and something to break up the bottom a bit. And it just needs a bit of work on it.
Yeah, you said it was quite floppy. You weren't happy with it.
It's okay. And I've got both the stencil and the mask because I reversed it to get the other effect.
Right. And Mariah says, I love where you are going with it. Yes, a bit more detail.
Yeah.
Right there, it's scrappy black tissue paper, Nisi. It's just like the scrappy white tissue paper. Black tissue paper really sometimes highlights your poles. Yep,
A little
just
bit.
black paper. And you wouldn't think that the black would allow anything to show up well, but it does. You pick the right color.
I think that's the Easy Klein. It's a Stuart Semple blue. Easy Klein.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's made to do that so that it will show up on things.
You could do teal and Naples yellow and get a really nice look.
Teal and yellow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I hadn't thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. Now then, I'm going to put some more pieces down. I'm not going to get anything off the bottom edge, so I think I'm going to put that down later, perhaps with some matte medium, perhaps with a big sheet of black.
So it needs to dry a bit more.
It needs to dry, yeah, it does. Mm-hmm. So let's have a look at that one we left earlier, see what's happened with that one. This has dried nicely, so we can now pull that with some of the, I was going to use copper or bronze. There's copper. or gold. I don't know what I've done with the bronze. I think the bronze is only in the high flow fluid acrylic. So there it is. No, that's copper as well. Now I think the choice is down to copper or gold. So what shall I do? Copper or blue? I think the copper will show up nicely.
Yeah, I think so.
Liking copper. I mean, I like copper. I was going to choose copper all the way anyway, wasn't I? I wasn't really giving them. I might have chosen the bronze if I could have found it. But have I got enough black paper there, or will I need a new sheet? I've got quite a lot of white. I seem to have used white tissue a lot more often than black.
Lately, you have been using a lot more white.
Yeah, well, I've got some sheets of black there. Let's see. We'll see. Oops. I seem to have dropped a whole load of copper over there. It's too much. It's too much. I'm just going to wipe it up. I did have a piece of, there we are, tissue. There, and now I've got it on my arm as well. Never mind. That's enough. That's enough playing. Playing with the brayer. So, black.
You are getting some crazy inner selling there. I do see some.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I know that the copper does sometimes do that.
Mm-hmm. Little bit.
I have found that art paper, art tissue, black art tissue, does let the paint through a little bit less. Not appreciably, but, well, yes, appreciably, just about, but not a great deal less. So it's not a sort of automatic fix. But it does seem to work.
So there's less on your hands.
Exactly, just a little bit less on your hands. And I can feel with the texture of these black tissues that some of them are thinner than others. I got about 3 different types of black tissue all at once. One of them was Carnival, but the other 2 were not. And I can't remember where I got them from, probably just off Amazon. There we go.
I thought you got some when you went out to the shops one day.
Yes, I got the art tissue from there. So that was less letting it through, less. What's the word I want? Less letting it through-y. That word.
Is seepage the word you want?
Correct. Brilliant.
Less
seepage.
Brilliant. Other times I just glow. Ha ha ha. Less porous. Thank you.
Porous. You get less seepage because it's less porous. There you go.
Now that's brilliant. Less.
Well, I got the copper off, but I haven't got the rest of it off.
Now
as I've got separate pieces, I will leave the rest where they are, and we'll see what happens over time. Okay. Because with this one, all I've got is the copper.
Yep.
And there's nothing hugely interesting about just copper, so we'll leave that one. We may have to leave it for some time. But there we go. In fact, while I'm doing that, if I'm going to do that, put another sheet of copper down there, black down there. There we are. We'll try the other one that we've already got a sheet on. See what we get with that.
Penetrable. Less penetrable.
Penetrable.
Porous.
Impenetrable.
We're going with porous. I love words.
Yeah.
But my mouth.
That's not bad. That came up quite well. It's not perfect, but it is good. There's still a little bit here, but it's fine. I'm happy with that.
I love that one.
And then we've got this that needs some stuff on top of it that has now dried. That was from Monday. That was the pour from Monday that I put the stuff down to pick up a bit more colour. It did pick up a little bit more, but there's still a gap there. Mm-hmm. But I think that's pretty good from Monday's pour. And that's using the indigo because I didn't have the Easy Clone at that time. So it must be indigo. Not that the two are the same. I mean, the Easy Klein is more like a brilliant ultramarine, to my view. That's what it looks like, anyway. Let's put this down somewhere because it's sticking to my hand. A sheet of copper, a strip of copper. Right. I think we could probably do similar with this.
What are you going to use?
But I haven't got much black left now. I've only got white. I've got a couple of small pieces of black. That's about it. I could use a sheet of black.
I was going to say, why don't you just go put something down, silver or copper or something, and do a whole sheet?
Could do. Certainly could.
Yeah.
Just let me see my black. I've got some black.
There's some goodies there. You need to do a full sheet pull.
Yeah, let's do a big pull. We've demonstrated quite a lot that you can do things with the strips. So that's a good exercise, a good saving and a salvaging of paper. We don't like to waste paper if we can help it. Right, so I've got a nice sheet of black here. Now I've just got to put some stuff on. I think that idea of silver is a good one, and I'm going to go with that. It will need to be left, though.
Too late, Mariah.
Sorry, what?
Mariah says pull it with black paint. Too late.
On black paper?
And then she said put dragonfly glaze down, then black paint.
Too late. We say that a lot here. Too late.
Yep. You gotta be here and be sitting on her hands, or it's too late.
Yeah. There we go. This is going to be quite nice, I think. Let's have a go.
I tell you, Mariah, I have a product that you guys haven't mentioned that I used it this morning, and I was showing Fran, and I love how it came out. It's the Amsterdam pearl paints. And they all look like they're they make me think of the glaze paints, but they all look white in their tube. But when you put them on, once you bring them out to the whatever you're painting, once you put them on whatever you're painting, and I just painted clay. It wasn't pre-painted, it was just black polymer clay, and I dabbed it on there. And it really looks great. I love it. Hi, Crafting with Kristen.
Hiya. Great to see you pop in. We are having fun with black. We've just changed from using strips of black like this all over the gel plate and strips of white or alternates or just all strips of white or just anyway. Now I've decided to do this one in one big pull of black because it just looks so nice. So while I'm here, I'm going to cut off the other side because it's just draping about. So let's chop that off.
Okay, not yet, Mariah. I've got a thought about it. I'm looking at them going, how can I combine these two medias? I don't want to just stencil on the clay. My thought was to create a like a cut it the shape, like
impression.
No, not even an impression. It's to use it like a cookie cutter, to use the stencil like a cookie cutter on the clay. Now, and then use the clay, very thin clay. So y'all know what I'm talking about. Very thin, not thick, but a sheet. And then cut it out the shape of the stencil or whatever I use. And then embellish that with the paints, the pearls. I love the way the pearls took to the clay. and then it becomes a button or a it's just a hard embellishment, you know.
That's going to work.
Be a little bit thicker than a piece of cardstock, maybe as thick as a I can get it as thick, any thinner than like 3 or 5 playing cards, and it's too thin. It's just too thin. So about the thickness of 5 playing cards. That's beautiful.
I think there's a little bit of copper or yes, it must be copper down there as well, because that's showing through very delicately here and there. Just there. So I think that's going to be rather nice. So I'm going to leave that one to develop. What else have we got? We've got the blue to do something with.
You saw my book, Mariah. That was just leftover clay that I mixed up until it looked whatever, it turned to mud, which is the color I got. And then I ran it through the embossing folder, and then I baked it. And I got the Foundry embossing folder. Is that a Tim Holtz, Fran?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yes. And then I baked and then that became my journal covers. And then I've painted and embellished with them. So if I use the stencils, I'd want to create a 3D, something 3D, not just stencil on the clay. Because obviously I know that's going to work. You had that on Etsy today. What question? What question? Specifically, using Yupo stencils on polymer clay. Someone asked you that? I tell you, I had mentioned this to Fran a while back. Yep. And I don't know if you've considered it, but with polymer clay, a lot of people use silk screen.
Yeah.
And I was going to order, and I haven't. It's on my wish list. I was going to order some silk screen fabric and make my own using our stencils, all these stencils, your stencils.
There it is.
There it is.
Now I'm going to put that one away to mature, and I'm going to do some more moons.
And the thought for using the silk screen was if I used it on fabric or anything else where if I daubered the paint on, it would seep underneath. But if you have silk screen as a barrier, it's less likely for inks or paints to seep underneath the stencil. Does that make sense?
Easy Klein first, I think.
See, yeah, it would be an experiment. Would I press the stencil into the clay and then put paint on? My thinking was, and I don't know if it'll work. See, now you're doing strips again. Very cool. Is to press the stencil into the clay to get an imprint and then carve that out and then bake it and then paint it or paint or inks or whatever I'm going to use on it was one way. Lot. You've got a lot. You're literally ripping off the layer.
Yes, too much.
Yeah. Too late. Too much.
Yep. Oh, hello. We've got something fallen off there. Yes, I have.
I'll have to. I've got a lot of scrappy clay that I could just knead up and press out, and so I'll give it a try. I'll find one of our stencils, one of yours, or probably one of yours. I think the one that's my favorite is lattice work.
Yes, it's a good one. Now I'm going to use moons because I like moons. Told you I'd like moons, Mariah. I love moons.
Well, they look more like asteroids than moons.
That's all right. I don't mind. I think they're lovely moons.
Interesting, Martha. Okay.
I'm going to use...
Well, the Mariah, that sounds good. The bloopy loops or the jelly shelly. The polymer clay seems to take the paints, the acrylics, very well, and you can put it on before or after baking. So it's like I may have put it on my rusticated paints on prior to baking, and then I put the Amsterdam pearls on this morning, so long after baking. For the area around it. Okay. Hi, Zandra. Martha says she's done silk screen printing using sheer curtains as the fabric.
Oh.
And then drawing her shape and putting glue to the areas of negative space. Yeah, the resist. Interesting. Interesting.
That was what I was looking for, something to put in the negative space.
Yeah.
I think good enough. There we go. Right. Let's have another sheet of that.
No, not yet. One more thing. Where's your where's the one you didn't like the square edges, so you cut it? Where's that?
I don't like the square edges until I cut it.
What did you just do with that one?
It's a bit big, the space that's left.
Oh. How about a mini Z? Sydney Z then. You've got
Yeah.
There you go. Because you've got some there and then up in the
one we're talking about. That one that I cut the edges off. It's one of Mariah's, you know.
Yeah. Overlap.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah. There you go. Use them if you've got them.
Yeah.
What are you going to pull with, black or white?
Black. Got it in my hand right now.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
All balanced. Let's get the big roller. I'm finding the big roller helping quite a bit.
Yeah. The only spot that I see where you might want to get your fingers down in there is that little bitty cog wheel that you put up there.
Yeah. There. And around him and around the moon, because a lot of it's not got anything. Oh, and that.
Oh, Martha, when I get to thrift shops, I look for sheets and pillowcases and old clothing with odd patterns for doing slow stitching and journal covers. But I haven't been to a thrift shop in a year.
I went to one, kind of a one, just the other day. Had a cup of coffee, because it's Books and a Boutique. Books and a Brew Boutique, that's it.
That's right. You sat there and you rubbed it in that I wasn't with you.
I didn't mean to do that. I was enjoying myself. I'm sorry.
I know.
My voice is starting to go funny.
You needed some time out.
Yeah, I need to have a rest. Go and watch a QI or something. Have a cup of tea. That's nice having a cup of tea for hours, it feels like. There we go. Now, we'll have a little look at the other side. Not that we'll see much on the other side, and I can't see the steps at all. Where's my steps? Come on, has it got a? It's probably got a sea urchin underneath it that's stopping it. Oh well.
You know what? I need to post this. I don't get over here often enough to watch
That's
Z.
going to be quite interesting. I need to do that spaceship slightly wider, and I think I need to do it smaller. So I need to. I'm thinking about what I didn't send to you, Mariah, is one with the feet open like that, which I think I should also send you, because I think that might work better for a smaller one. Yeah.
I posted the link to Xandra's stream YouTube channel. She says, Fran, did you see I turned your sea dragon into a bat?
Ooh, I must have a look at that. Yes, I'm glad you posted the link. I hope I can see it. Perhaps post it into chat as well, because it doesn't come up on the thing, does it? And I've got a feeling it's a setting I've got to set up for a replay.
I posted it over in the YouTube chat.
Okay.
So it's over there. It's definitely over there.
But when the stream is over and then you watch a replay, it might not be there. I think you said setting I've got to set, and I don't know where it is. You're going to have to tell me.
But I've got her channel, so I'm going to. Oh, I know what you mean. Duh. Yeah. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
You with me? Good.
Yeah, I'm caught up now. Hello. There you go. There it is for you. Not just in YouTube chat, but in our chat.
Right. Well, I might be able to pull this one now, but I had a non-success with this top bit, so I'll put another bit down. So I'm going to leave it to dry thoroughly, that one.
Okay.
So that another one you have to sit and wait for. Yeah, I'm probably going to wait till tomorrow. This one is the copper with the blues. That's also got to wait. Now, I put silver with that one we've got in front of us now. This one. Didn't I? I think I did. Yes, blue and silver. So that one's got to wait. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. I've got to lift it up, take off the stencils, and then put it back down again in a hurry.
Yep.
That's what I've got to do.
So we may be back Wednesday to do more.
Yeah, we may well.
We may well. Mm-hmm.
Let me get that one up.
You're welcome, Z. I'm sorry. I haven't been over there in a while. I need to go play catch up with your videos. I haven't watched a lot of videos lately. I've been kind of busy.
Right, I'm going to put this back down. Okay. I'm going to try and use some registration. It's harder with black paper, black tissue, because the black tissue is much less flexible. Well, too flexible maybe is a better way to put it. Or too wrinkly, too inclined to wrinkle at the drop of a hat. So we've got some lovely impressions there, haven't we?
Yeah.
So get that down. We should get some really nice effects on there as well.
But see, everything's we were talking about using the stencil with the clean side down.
Yeah.
As opposed to the painted side down, and that's the difference. Is
yeah. If you put the clean side down, it sucks up the paint into the stencil and leaves a white patch on your plate. But if you put the paint side down, as that one was, then you end up with some patterning from the paint that beaded up underneath the stencil. That was on this one.
Doing registration, it gives you something to go back and get.
Yeah, and get, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be some patches here, so that will be good.
And then that one will have to go over there and wait.
Yes, it's going to have to wait overnight, that one, I think. Same with the others. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens overnight with these. So I may be pulling some more on Wednesday.
Well,
we may have a nice
Wednesday. You did show your Franken stencil, but you didn't show any more about how to create one or how you made one. Did you want to do any of that?
Well, can do. Certainly can do. I've got my box of messy Matisse pieces somewhere around here. Here we are. Let's see what we can find. And I've got other bits of stencil in these things.
Your messy Matisse pieces.
Yeah. Messy Matisse pieces. I cut a messy Matisse piece one and kept the pieces in the box. So and that's not easy to do.
If you bring out your little creature that you made.
Yeah, where did I put my little creature? Any idea?
Nope. Nope. I see a pile there. I'm betting it's a pile, but I don't know where.
No idea either. I'll have a look. Hang on, I've just taken some extra paint off there so it doesn't get too messy.
Sticky.
Yeah, sticky. Very sticky. These are getting very sticky. So, what have I done with it? I didn't put it in there, did I? No, I didn't put it in there. And I see edges of it there. No, that's not it. That's London. You see what I mean? It's floppy, London. It's a bit floppy.
Put your brayer sheet or a dark piece of paper underneath all that so we can see it better.
In a second.
Okay. Okay. It's okay. In the meantime, Xandra, you weren't here when I posted the link to Makers. I'm going to do that again. We have here, I can't multitask today, apparently. There's the link to Makers, and we have a code, a promo code. Got it right. We have a promo code you can use to get 10% off $30 or more order today. Well, it's actually good until the end of the year, according to Mariah. So if you use that code, FranFan10, you get 10% off $30 or more. There you go. And like I said earlier, if you create an account with PM Artist Studio Shop and you log in, you can put stuff in your cart and walk away and come back and it'll still be there. It'll stay there. If you just go in as a user or shopper, it will not remain once you close the window, your browser window or whatever. But if you create an account and go in that way, the things will stay in your shopping cart and you can keep adding to it. Tag Fran on your post. Who was that for, Mariah? And what post?
The one where she did something with the dragons?
Yep, in Makers. Yep.
That's it, yeah. That's what's in Makers, I can see it.
Yep.
I can't find my my creature. Well, what is it with these creatures? They go and hibernate somewhere. They're all joining the same band. God, what devils!
You're on your own.
Yeah, I definitely am. Anyway, well, we can make one. It's easy enough to make one. We don't have to mess about. I was quite pleased with that last one. It was good.
There you go. Yeah, I caught up. I got caught up, Mariah. I'm just using too many brain cells today.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that supposed to help you rather than
No, not if they're tired. All right, let's
get them all out, see what we've got. Now, this is a piece from a set of stencils I made of weird buildings. I had been watching Ghost in the Shell, and I was watching it quite a lot, and especially Innocence, Ghost in the Shell 2. And there's a city in that all the buildings looked like they were made of guns. They were just made in the shape of guns. So I started making weird buildings. So I've got some weird buildings. That's just one of them I found the other day. So here's some messy Matisse pieces and other bits you can see from different things, all collected together. And let's make a monster. shall we
Mad
make it?
Frankie. This is why we call her Mad Frankie.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this shape of that. Isn't that almost a monster already? So that's quite interesting. And then there's... Well, these are the feet of that
it looks like a mutated, nuclear zapped mealworm.
It does a bit, doesn't it? See, these are the empty ones, and these are the full ones of that spaceship as I was creating. So I've got pieces, and there's some other piece there. So we can start with say that's a body shape, yeah, and you can give it some. There we go. Give it some feet. A couple of feet. Any more feet? That's all the feet we've got. These two are almost the same sort of size. Those two are a little bit different. Why not try that one? And
what do you use to glue them down? The Fabri-Tac?
Yep, Fabri-Tac. That's the one I like best. I use it for quite a lot of things. I find actually I go through different glues and then one glue works for lots of things, so I just keep using that one glue. Seems to be a good way of doing it. So that's almost a monster already, that one. So it gives me less things to do.
Well, I'm seeing a deformed Godzilla with the one you just put in the box.
Yeah. Exactly, but it's already done almost, you see, so it's given me less scope.
Yep.
Come up with something. So I like that. Let's put that there. Come on. Anybody got a bit of tissue anywhere? I have. There's a piece down here. Anyway, let's have that bit. Just want to wipe the nose of the glue bottle so I can get the glue out. Strange idea, wanted to get the glue out. Dear, dear me. Yes, I like that better, I think.
So that circle on the side is the one that you have in the thumbnail. Okay, Nisi. Nisi has to go. Thank you for being here.
Hiya. Yep. Have a good day.
And that's what you were talking about, the London Eye and the clock tower.
Yes. This one.
Well, how about, and the Ferris wheel, how about like it would be like in the background behind all of the everything but the Ferris wheel would be the London Bridge.
Possibility. Tower Bridge, maybe. There's more than one London Bridge.
That would join them together.
Yeah. So we've got a head on our monster.
If you say so.
I put a head on the monster. There we go. It's got a head. I want to put some feet on. So I'm going to stick a foot in. This will be one. Just putting some glue on those big strands and a bit there.
Those big strands? Those are little bitty tendrils.
Yeah, well, they're actually part of the mechanical grip for the foot, but whatever. I put that there like that. And try not to get it onto the paper.
See, this is where I would be on wax paper or plastic.
Yeah, that is a very good idea. Wax paper is a very good idea.
Yep.
And then there we go. I don't need those two. So what else can we put on this? Well, I've got a little twinkly bit from inside some other stencil or other. And that would make a nice little antenna, wouldn't it? There you go. I think I'll do that. There we go. And you could even put something like that on it if you wanted to.
That's called a butt tenner.
Or could put it on there as part of that. I don't know. It's a bit flippy floppy. Flippy floppy. That makes a good tail, I think. I think that would make a good tail. So I'll just cut that off.
And I think that little round piece by the flippy floppy, it would make a nice nose.
That?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe it would. Let's bung that on. I think I want to put that one on that way round. Yes. Just put that there so it doesn't fall off, because I've now dropped another piece, the nose. And I think with this nose, somewhere I had an implement I could use.
Hi, Julie. Well, we're coming to the end of the stream, so because Fran needs to go relax and take some medicine and a cup of tea.
I remember that bit that I cut off before. Now that would make a nice little sort of thingy push. Where's me? Oh, there it is. You see that? That would make a nice little tendril on top. I like that. Yes, I'm going to put that on. That's the thing, you see. I mean, that's an actual stencil. That's not an offcut, this one. It was from a tomato bird stencil.
Mm-hmm.
And
I see your message, Liz. Thank you. Oh my gosh, Liz. Are you kidding me?
what?
Well, she sent me her name, her full name. And I only say, oh my gosh, because it's the same last name as mine.
Oh.
Well, let me correct that. It's the same last name as my birth name.
Yeah.
What do they call that?
Maiden name.
Maiden name. Thank you. Duh. All I could think of was knee. You know, knee.
Knee. Yeah. Good thing.
Maiden name. But we have the same.
Oh, look, it could have had a big set of eyes.
Oh, that's cool. There you go.
So there's that one. And I could stick that one on there and have another one.
If anybody went to look at my Facebook page and they looked up at the very top at the address, it does not say Violet Johnson. When I signed on to Facebook, 10 years ago or whatever, I signed on using my maiden name and my nickname. What? Yeah, that's cute. That looks like the glowworm. Glow, little glowworm, glitter, glitter.
I got to find another one of these, but I haven't got one at the moment, so I shall have to find one when I open another box or cut another one of the tomato stencils. This is from the tomato stencils, this one.
Oh, sorry, you told me never to sing again, and I did. Oops.
So it's going to have another one of those. It's going to be a little sort of flying creature. That one?
I like him. It's like a flying carrot in a hula skirt. I don't think
Could
that.
be.
I don't
No.
think so. No, that's more like a whole bunch of legs or something.
Well, I just dropped the top of the blue thing. The glue pot.
Nothing.
Mustn't do that.
Julie says, "What's wrong with singing?" Nothing's wrong with singing if that's what I was doing.
It's not too bad, dear. Not too bad at all.
I know. We're just picking on each other. So really, save all your bits and
Exactly. I mean, look at the shapes on that. That's fabulous. It's practically a word.
it's no. I say thanks.
Thanks. I thought it was going.
Okay.
So somewhere there's a stencil I used today, the Franken stencil.
She's
And
using
if you look at the
Fabric-Tac.
beginning of the sorry, yes.
Martha wants to know. You're using Fabric-Tac. Mm-hmm.
And there's the lid that I dropped. Put it on.
Hi, Diane.
So somewhere there's a Franken monster that I made earlier and used in some of the stenciling and then put down somewhere and can't find.
It's crawled away.
If you watch the beginning of the stream, you'll be able to see it. I will find another one of these for this little creature, which is obviously a little bug of some kind. I might be able to give it some wings. I don't know, but I quite like it like that. It's just growing. Interesting. So you can make almost anything out of these things. I mean, you can build a person, I expect, if you tried hard enough. So that is as much as I can do today. My voice is getting very creaky. Yep. My back is hurting, and I want to go and sit down and do nothing for a bit.
Yep, you've had a busy weekend.
I have had quite a busy time. What with being a bit ill on Friday, yeah. Kind of put the kibosh on a lot of things, but doesn't make you want to do much. But it was lovely having Tricia here. I could have done with her staying a bit longer. I wanted to go shopping with the boys and buy them something.
Aww.
I don't know what, but something. But I gave her some money to go home with, so.
Thank you, everyone, for being here, for showing up and hanging out with us. We appreciate it.
I would say ditto. Thank you very much for popping by. It was good.
Okay, Julie. Yeah. Come back and watch the replay and leave a comment. Don't forget thumbs up.
I do eventually find them, you know, the comments.
Eventually you do.
Yeah, sometimes I look at my email and go, oh, look, I've got a comment.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes I actually go and look at the YouTube channel and find them.
Well, I sent you the link for Z's channel, so you'll have to get over there and find what she did with your sea dragon, your big sea dragon. Okay?
Yes, I'd like to see what she did with that.
So we will see you all tomorrow at PM Artist Studio, and we will probably be back Wednesday, same time, same channel, to do those other pulls that we did today.
One of the days this week. It might be Wednesday, it might be Friday. It all depends on what happens.
Yes, exactly. Well, yeah, because I have family coming, but they won't be here until Wednesday, late Wednesday evening. So I have Wednesday during the day free.
Yeah, so that might work. Yeah. Okay.
So
we'll see you all later. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
So we can go. There we go.
There we go.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.